Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have long enough to be joined by my wife, Joan Specter. I have been involved in many elections, but never one quite as thrilling as this one, to hear the tally county by county. It almost feels like a presidential nominating convention. So I am very grateful to everyone who has supported me, and I look forward to working with everyone who has supported me and those who have not supported me in the best interests of the tradition of democracy. I compliment and pay my respects to Congressman Sestak for his vigorous candidacy. I have been very proud to have been received to the party of my roots, very proud to be a Democrat, very proud to have a record, really, of supporting the values of the Democratic Party as an independent voice in the Senate for 30 years, supporting a woman's right to choose, supporting increasing the minimum wage, supporting Davis-Bacon, supporting increasing unemployment compensation, supporting S-chip, supporting Lilly Ledbetter's rights, opposing Judge Bork for the Supreme Court, who would have made this a different country, opposing warrantless wiretapping, opposing Guantanamo, opposing Bush on habeas corpus, opposing Bush on $250 billion of his tax cut, putting that money in education. So I feel good now about being a Democrat and being able to continue to support those democratic values. We have a tough race ahead of us in the fall. While we are here today in this great city of Lancaster, I want to note that just a few blocks from here, my work on the Appropriations Committee this week brought the positive vote from the Environment and Public Works Committee for a new courthouse here. So police will not have to travel to Philadelphia for trials. Part of my efforts to bring UPMC NIH funding to deepen the Port of Philadelphia, to help GE and Erie, to work on the railroad from Scranton to New York, and to continue to use my work, seniority, and experience for the people of this state. And as we look to the fall and look to fighting the Tea Party gang in Toomey, looking at Massachusetts, we know we have a tough job ahead of us. And I am up to that job. When I went to Lebanon on the first town meeting and faced the Tea Party gang and had that rowdy crowd, that one fellow who was apoplectic, waving his arms, shouting at me, "God will stand before you." I think he got mixed up. I think he meant I was going to stand before God. Senators have power, but not that much power. Well, I can take Toomey on. I've beaten him before. I don't take anything for granted on the primary. There are only two ways to run. One is scared and the other is unopposed. So I'll be fighting it out in the primary. But in the fall, I will point out Toomey's record 97% with the American Conservative Union. Santorum was at 88%. Hard to believe somebody would be to the right of Santorum, but that's Toomey. Toomey believes Social Security ought to be invested in the stock market, and why shouldn't he? It would bring billions, even trillions, to his Wall Street cronies. He opposes a woman's right to choose, and he wants to put in jail doctors who perform abortions for performing an act protected by the Constitution of the United States. And when the Scranton Times recently asked him, what about Wall Street? He said, well, I think we ought to leave Wall Street alone. Well, I'm not going to leave Toomey alone. You can count on that. One note in conclusion. I'll be fighting hard for the entire Democratic ticket. Senator Andy from Chester County told me what Marshall Rowan told me, that being on the ticket should be helpful, but there are still a lot of people who will go in and push Arlen Specter's lever on moderate Republicans. And once they do that, they can't vote the straight ticket. So I'm glad to be a part of the team, and I look forward to leading this team to victory in November, to continuing to work for comprehensive health care reform, provide jobs for Americans, and proudly carry the banner of the Democratic Party. Thank you, thank you, thank you.